Find out what the Detroit Pistons are getting with Jalen Duren and that 13th overall pick. And we're starting right now. Jalen Duren played 29 games. All of them were starts, 25.3 minutes per game, 12 points per game, 3 fouls per game, 2.3 turnovers per game, 2.1 blocks per game, 0.8 steals per game, 1.3 assists per game, 8.1 rebounds per game. He shot 62.5% from the charity stripe, 60% from 2-point percentage, and 59.7% from the field in 2021-2022 college basketball season. This is Detroit Pistons Hustle. Do you like daily Pistons content? Well, look no further. We are on the road to 100 subscribers by the end of July. Be a part of a great family, and if you did subscribe, comment down below, Detroit basketball. Yes, sir. So in one season with the Memphis Tigers, Jalen Duren had a head coach in Penny Hardaway and also assistant head coach in Larry Brown and also another assistant coach in Rasheed Wallace. So Jalen Duren did have some Detroit ties. Obviously, Larry Brown and Rasheed Wallace were members of the 2004 Detroit Pistons championship, the Going to Work Pistons. And kind of a little funny story, a little side note. Now, the Charlotte Hornets selected Jalen Duren with the 13th overall pick. Now, if you want to rewind back to 1996, the Charlotte Hornets did have the 13th overall pick where they selected Kobe Bean Bryant, and they did ship him out to the Los Angeles Lakers. And obviously, the Lakers won 5 championships with Kobe Bryant. Obviously, he had the help of Shaq and Pau Gasol in order to get those 5 rings. But still, you know, it's kind of a little funny story that, you know, you want to fast forward from 1996 where Charlotte had the 13th overall pick, traded that pick, and obviously that was one of the best basketball players since Michael Jordan. Now you fast forward to 2022 and the Charlotte Hornets have the 13th overall pick. They selected Jalen Duren, and then Michael Jordan, who does run the Charlotte Hornets, decided to trade him to New York Knicks, and then from the New York Knicks, they traded the Detroit Pistons, and obviously took on, that was the Kemba Walker trade, and obviously Kemba Walker became a Piston as well as Jalen Duren, and I thought it was kind of funny because, you know, from 1996, and then now fast forward to 2022, you know, that's the second time they had the 13th overall pick and traded that pick. And I'm not saying that Jalen Duren is going to be Kobe Bryant or even Shaquille O'Neal. I will never say that because obviously Jalen Duren has never played in the NBA, you know, so I won't say that just yet. You know, what I'm trying to go with that little story is that, hey, maybe he can bring the wins kind of like Kobe brought the Lakers those wins. So, I mean, hey, if he can, you know, solidify himself, kind of can gravitate towards getting better and developing his talent. I mean, the kid is only 18 years old. He will not be 19 years old until November. So he's still an 18-year-old kid. And for him to come here with an already young nucleus, I mean, I'm going to love this pick because, I mean, the kid can jump out the gym. He can play defense. He can, you know, block shots. He can do this. He can do that. Obviously, you've seen what I said about his stat sheet, you know, but now this is where the development and stuff like that comes into play. He did have a lot of turnovers a game and a lot of fouls per game. If he could cut that back and be more productive and be out on that court, you know, he only played 25 minutes, you know, 25.3 minutes per game. If he can, you know, cut down on those fouls, cut down on those turnovers, he's going to get more minutes. And with more minutes, you know, he can try to game change, you know, the flow of the game by being out there, being disruptive on defense, you know, getting the alley-oop passes from Cade Cunningham or even Jaden Ivey. I always want to call him Jalen Ivey and Jaden Duren, but it's obviously it's flipped. A lot of J's. But, I mean, I really love this with Jalen Duren. I mean, he's a natural 5. If he can work on his shots and expand his range a little bit, I mean, wow, the sky's going to be a limit for this kid. I mean, let's be real here. You're talking about a guy that's already averaging about 60% from the field. Obviously, it's more close range and stuff like that. But now if you can say maybe you get him at about 55% or 50% or 52% from the field, but yet he's shooting a little bit more threes, a little bit more mid-range and stuff like that. Well, now that's going to just even space that floor out even more, but yet he can still be around the rim on defense, shot blocking and playing above the rim a little bit on that defensive side. So it's like you get a little bit more than you would say with a Isaiah Stewart. Now, no knock on Isaiah Stewart. I want to see Isaiah Stewart, get more perimeter defense, because I think Isaiah Stewart could actually play more 4 than 5. Obviously, he's a little limited with his hops and stuff like that, where Jalen Duren, the kid could jump out the gym. So obviously I would put, Jalen Duren at the 5 and then Stewart at the 4. This is long-term and years in advance that I'm talking. But for right now, I want to see Jalen Duren just really, play within the offense. Don't try to do something that you can't, and just continue to get better. That's what practice is for, to do things that you're not comfortable doing. Because once you're practicing that, well, guess what? The flow of the game during game time in the regular season, well, now you're kind of accustomed to it, where now it's like, oh, they're okay, he's going to give me this. Now I can just pull up, or maybe I could drive a little bit and dish it off to Cade or to Ivy or Sadiq Bey and things like that, to where I'm not going to rush a lot of things. Because, that's one thing a lot of the rookies do. They try to rush things because the speed of the game is just so big. This is not college. This is not high school basketball anymore. And with only 1 year of, college basketball underneath his belt, granted, he has some NBA royalty helping him coach. Coaching him up with Penny Hardaway and Larry Brown, and also an NBA champion, and, Rasheed Wallace, one of my favorite players. With Jalen Duren, learning from those types of guys, and then now going to be learning with, our young nucleus and with Coach Casey. As long as you're being productive and you're not going outside of your means, you're going to get minutes with Dwayne Casey. And it's going to help in his development. And then once you get, his development down pat, okay, now you can increase his minutes. Now you can increase maybe his position, where, okay, maybe now instead of being off the bench, maybe now I could get a little bit more minutes as a starter, maybe, actually move into the full-time starter role and things like that, where it really takes pressure and things like that off the entire team. Because now when you're at the 13th overall pick and you're earning your minutes, they're going to look at you and be like, okay, he's been earning it. So let's give him some love and get him a couple baskets, get his confidence up a little bit, being in an NBA game, especially as a rookie, and, and try to prevail over that way and get better and better and better each and every single year. And, I'm not saying Jalen Duren should be starting day one or even during the season or something like that. No. You got to definitely earn your minutes. But I'm just saying, like, Jalen Duren, if he could get better each and every single day, the starting lineup is inevitable. Especially if, Isaiah Stewart can really show his perimeter defense. Because I've been watching a lot of Isaiah Stewart, and he's been working on a lot of threes, spacing that floor out. Jalen Duren could be more towards the basket now. So, you got so many different options and things like that, where it's just like, man, this is a really nice young core. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I want Kelly Olynyk and Rodney McGruder gone, but that's me, because I want to make room for Jalen Duren, and I want to make room for a lot of these younger guys, because I just feel like, with this young core, they can really grow together, and then say next year the Pistons can actually have upwards of $90 million. And with an even bigger star-studded, free agency, now you can add a couple of your stars, or if you want. So, with Jalen Duren, I absolutely love it. I'm super stoked for him. I thought we, aced the NBA draft. I almost said NFL. My apologies. I definitely believe that we aced the NBA draft. You know, we got 2 core guys in the draft in the first round, and then in the second round, you know, we got a stash player. Thank you so much for watching. Leave it in the comment section below what your thoughts on Jalen Duren. Do you like it? Do you love it? What do you want to see from him in his rookie season? And with that being said, if you can hit that thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. We are on that road to 100 subscribers. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day, Pistons fan. Peace.